Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rocky Mountain Live's Peak Performer Series. This is owner Jimmy Stevens here, and today I got three very special guests with me. This is the second time we've done a full band interview, and today we have local Canmore group, the Ducks. How are you boys doing today?
Super
Good.
good.
Great.
Having a great day.
Perfect. Well, this is the first time that we've had three band members all in the same room, so why don't you take a minute to introduce yourselves, everybody?
It's
My
good.
name's Oliver Robbins. I'm the bassist for the Ducks.
And I'm Timmy Man. I play guitar and sing for the Ducks.
And I'm Charlie Kessel, and I play the drums and dabble in the keys.
You dabble a little bit.
Dabble.
Ah, well, yeah, tickling the ivory there. I like it. So, yeah, we like
Mhm.
to start off our interviews here. So, you are all born and raised in Canmore, is that correct?
Yep.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, so we are Rocky Mountain Live. So we like to, and you have a song that you perform on your newly released EP entitled Happy Place that is written about Canmore. I've seen you guys perform it live a few times now. It's a really great song. So tell us about growing up in Canmore and what the Rocky Mountains mean to you and how it's shaped you as a person and performers.
I think Canmore's a really great place, and we're super lucky that we get to live here. And there's so much music and like culture around art in Canmore. So all the other artists have really helped us build up to what we are now.
Yeah, for sure. So you're a very young artist, obviously. So tell us about how the band came together and your musical journey up to this point, now to the point where you've released your first ever EP. It's got three songs on it. You've done a lot in the musical community already. As you said, you get some help along the way with the artist, and we'll get to that later. But just tell us about how the band came together and how you got to where you are now.
Well, we've all been friends for a very long time, the three of us, like 4, 5 years now. And me and Timmy have been musicians for a while. So we always used to hang out and play music together. And then when Ollie joined our friend group, we he just kind of took up an instrument, probably to feel included. And that's kind of when we started jamming together and playing in Timmy's garage. And I think that just slowly evolved into us becoming a band.
Right on. That's really cool. So how was the recording of the new EP here?
It was lots of fun.
Yeah, where did you do that?
High River.
It was at Wheelhouse Studios
Yep.
with a guy named Paul.
Paul Zacharias.
Oh, I think they do a lot of local musicians around here. Yeah, that's a really cool studio they have going there.
Mhm.
So you guys are obviously rock and roll fans. So who are some of the local musicians, venues, and businesses that have had the biggest impact on your career growth to this point? Was it other rock bands? Was it people in different musical genres? Tell us about the people that helped you along the way in the local community.
Yeah, so like locally, there's like a lot of people like Ellen Braun. She does the songwriting course, and that's helped us like start to write some of our first songs. And then like Noah Isaac, he was me and Ollie's first guitar teacher. And then artsPlace has helped with the open mic nights they put on, run by Julie Chang, I think. And then our music teacher, Miss G, has really helped. She's an awesome teacher, and she's just really helped us to get to love music. And Tracy Little from Savage, she gave us our first gig, which was definitely helped us to where we are now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Noah was our second interview we did on Rocky Mountain Live Peak Performer Series. He had a lot of great things to say about you guys. How was working with Noah?
Yeah, he's awesome. He like he was like at our first gig and he helped us set up like all of our amps because we didn't know how they worked at the start and stuff, but he helped us with that stuff.
Yeah, have you ever played shows with the Isaac brothers?
I don't think we have. We've just played at like open mic nights where they've played.
Yeah, they hosted the artsPlace open mic when Julie was out for a bit. I remember seeing you guys there. That was a
Yeah.
good little show. So Canmore seems to have a lot of young musicians in town, as shown by those artsPlace open mics that often feature a lot of teenage artists performing, such as yourselves. Are there any school or community programs that help develop your musical skills that you didn't mention there?
Like what Timmy said, Miss G and our high school jazz band has really helped us expand our like theory knowledge and kind of just working with like a bigger band. So that's really helped us a lot, as well as Ellen's songwriting course, which we got one song out of it, but then it also helped us and gave us the skills to write more songs.
Oh, right on. That's cool. Yeah, and you guys obviously do a lot of awesome covers on top of the songs that you write of classic rock songs, and you have great taste in music, especially for your age, I gotta say. I'm a guy with Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd tattoos on the back of my legs, so I love that classic rock as well. So tell us about some of the major music influences that have inspired your style and how you were exposed to those bands and artists.
I think to start it off, we were all really into Guns N' Roses because we went and saw a show in Edmonton a year ago in September. So I think that Guns N' Roses was our main influence at the beginning. And then we kind of, whatever music we're into kind of influences how we play. Like me personally, listen to a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers. So I think that you can mirror that onto my drumming, kind of like Chad Smith. And then I'm sure it's same for my friends here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like big bands, Metallica.
yeah, like Kirk Hammett from Metallica and Slash from Guns N' Roses like influenced my playing a lot and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Those are some great influences for sure. Two of the best books I've read for music biographies are actually the Slash biography and Anthony Kiedis Scar Tissue as well. So those are some great influences to have. And yeah, you got some great covers by them. You got Sweet Child of Mine you do by Guns N' Roses. You have Metallica
Mhm.
cover. Any Chili Peppers in the works?
Uh,
We've jammed with a couple Chili Pepper songs, but we've never really like settled on one.
Yeah.
yeah.
What songs do you do?
We 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 used to try to play Can't Stop, but it didn't really work because the guitar's really hard and
As well as the singing.
I couldn't sing at the same time as playing the hard guitar.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
tough one. It's they got a lot of funky beats to go in there, so they're a little bit more difficult, I gotta say for sure. So last year you performed at Canmore Folk Festival Friday opening night. You opened for Saint Arnaud and attended a workshop by the band before those performances. So tell us about your experience at Folk Fest last year and how it helped you as young artists.
Yeah, Folk Fest was really fun. Like it gave us like it was like our first like really big concert and there was a lot of people there to see us and like energy from the crowd was awesome and yeah, the festival is just really fun to play.
Yeah, do you have any stories about people you met there or gave you some advice or anything?
Uh
Well, we met Jim Cuddy there.
oh yeah,
We shared a stage with him and sang the last song at the Folk Fest with him, which
yeah,
was very
all the
fun.
artists get to come up on stage for the last song with Blue Rodeo last year, so we got to meet Jim Cuddy from Blue Rodeo, which was really cool.
Yeah, right on. I do remember seeing you up there for that as well. And yeah, your show was great that night. Yeah, just you guys attending. You had some good questions for the band during the workshop as well, just about how to set up at the concerts and do merch and everything, I remember. So good on you for
Mhm.
getting out to those things because those are very important as young artists. And you mentioned there the energy of the crowd and being Rocky Mountain Live. I always ask this question to everybody we have on the Peak Performer Series interviews. What do you love most about performing live shows?
I'll start.
Yep.
Me personally, I like the energy of the crowd, just kind of the feeling of getting to play music that makes people happy and dance. Just feels good.
Yeah, I'd say for me, it's like when you finish a song or like finish a set and then the crowd like just like claps and you just like and you can just tell that they're like happy and yeah, like Charlie, the energy is just great.
And I really like how you work super hard to build up to it. And then once the show's done, you feel so good because your hard work paid off. And like everyone is like enjoying what you'd worked really hard for.
Yeah, that's really cool. Those are very good answers. It's always a good feeling of accomplishment. I don't play music. My hand-eye coordination was given to me in sports, but I put on a lot of shows as a promoter, and there's always a point in the show where you're looking at everybody enjoying it, and it's like a feeling of both relief and accomplishment and just proud that you got to help make that happen, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you've shared the stage with Jim Cuddy, Saint Arnaud, a lot of great musical talents here in the Bow Valley. Who are some of the top musicians or bands that are touring right now that you dream of sharing the stage with one day?
For me, it'd be Pearl Jam. I think that'd be so cool to be on stage with like a big band like that. And Pearl Jam's a big influence because they're like one of the last standing grunge bands, and grunge really influences us.
Eh, for me, I would go back in time and I would play with Queen at Live Aid. Yeah.
Queen at Live Aid. That's a
Um,
I used to have the 10-hour DVD of that concert.
Yeah.
maybe Metallica or Red Hot Chili Peppers for me.
Yeah, those are some good answers there, boys. I appreciate those answers for sure. So you mentioned you got a lot of help along the way with a lot of artists that are in town and probably in Banff as well, and even beyond. So who are some of the Rocky Mountain or Western Canadian artists and bands that you want to give shout outs to for their work in the local scene and working with young bands like you that you'd like to see participating with Rocky Mountain Live? Maybe hop on an interview with us someday.
Definitely the Ozzy Brothers. That's probably one of the biggest ones for us. Um, as well as a local band here named Side Hustle, who is like a family, and there's kids our age plus their dad, which is a really cool band to see.
And Kyle Pullen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Pullen's a popular answer for that. I've chatted with him. He's gonna be on the show at some point, but he's a really amazing guitarist, eh?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you done any guitar work with him at all, Timmy?
He gave me a lesson once and just kind of like taught me like the style and like the different tunings he uses, but other than that, not really. But yeah, he's he's very good at the guitar.
Yeah, he is very good at the guitar. So you've already performed at a major festival. You've had some great media coverage. You've been covered by CBC, I believe, in the past. You got this Rocky Mountain Live interview, a lot of local coverage, and now you've released your debut EP. What's the next goals for the Ducks that you want to achieve?
Let's see, bro.
Um, Probably winning a Grammy. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good
Good one.
answer. That's going from 0 to 60 very quick. I like your style, just going for it. Uh, do you have uh do you have any plans to start touring or anything? Like getting outside of Canmore and Banff?
Um, we are doing a EP release show
Good job.
at artsPlace, which will be one of our first shows where we're leading it, and we're it's like our show, not just a festival or something. But it'd be really fun to start going to different places around the Bow Valley and Alberta and playing other more shows like that.
Yeah, for sure. So, anything you want to tell us about this new EP? Like, let us know how you wrote your three songs. What are they about? What's your favorite ones on the album? Like, tell us about putting together the EP and everything that came together with it.
Well, one of the songs is called Manhattan Drive. That one is about the cottage that I go to every summer, and I wrote like the guitar and the melody for it. So I really like the way that that song sounds. It's got like very fun guitar parts and stuff, so that's probably my favorite one.
Do you do all the songwriting, Timmy?
No,
No?
no, it's actually
Yeah,
mostly
the other
the ly
two,
the lyrics are mostly Ollie.
the other two I've written. The other one, like you want, oh my God, I can't talk.
Yep.
The other one you mentioned earlier, Happy Place, was written about Canmore, and one that we call Saturna. I was out on an island in the West Coast, and I just sat there for days by the water and I wrote a song.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, Vancouver Island can be really good for that creative process. I used to live in the Tofino, Ucluelet area on the West Coast, so yeah, I love it out there for sure. So yeah, you guys have been great supporters of Rocky Mountain Live since we started. I got a hold of your dad actually at the Canmore Folk Festival last year. So as I met you guys at the workshop there, as I was standing in for the executive director as a site lead on that, I talked to you guys and met your dad a couple of days later, and I reached out and we got your profile up on the site very early as we launched here. So, why do you think that Rocky Mountain Live is an important project for the Bow Valley and the Rocky Mountains, and other musicians and bands and venues and everybody should get their profiles up and participate in our platform?
Uh, Personally, I think it's just like a great way for artists in the Bow Valley to like get out there,
Be heard.
like be heard. Yeah. So like that, like if if you're like a new artist and you don't know like where to play or how you can get started, Rocky Mountain Live is a great place for new artists to get started and play their first concerts and stuff.
And then you can like learn more about those artists if you're curious or try and follow their footsteps.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're here for. We've actually had a couple bands from Banff, teenage bands around your age, join the platform a month or so ago. Do you ever play shows with
Mhm.
any of the Banff bands?
Well, the guitarist and the drummer from Cradle are in our jazz band, so we
Yeah.
play with them all the time.
Are they on here?
I don't know if is Cradle on
Yeah,
Rocky
they are.
Mountain Live?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, they're in our jazz band, so yeah.
Right on. Yeah, they seem like a great little band too. Yeah, maybe we can help you guys get your wings spread into other areas of the Rockies. Like we got a lot of the venues from the East Kootenays and up in Jasper on, and maybe we could help you get a little tour going at some point if you're interested.
That'd be
Yeah.
super.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's the dream.
For sure. So other than your next upcoming show, your EP release show on June 13th at artsPlace, that's correct, right? Other
Hmm.
than that, do you have any other shows coming up you want to let people know about in the summer or any social media platforms or anything you want to let people know about?
We have a YouTube account under the Ducks Canmore, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if you just look up the Ducks Canmore, I think it's
And then our
there.
EP is under Band in a Rhythm.
Or
That
yeah,
the album is called Band or the EP is called Band in a Rhythm. So if you look that up, it should come up.
And then other than that, because we're playing our show at Arts Place, we're not allowed to play any other shows
within a month.
locally within a month. So we don't have any upcoming other than our big EP release show.
Right on, and I believe that's pretty much sold out now at this point, isn't it?
Yep, there's
Yep.
8 tickets left.
All right. Well, hopefully somebody snatches those 8 tickets up quick. I'm sure that they'll go pretty fast here. Well, I'm stoked for you guys. It's very exciting to release your first EP. I would actually love to hook you up with a few of the venues that we work with on Rocky Mountain Live across the Rockies. Maybe I can chat with your dad about that in the coming days. And yeah, great job. You guys are really killing it out there. You do a lot around the local music community, and it's really great to see. You're one of the most active bands here, I'd say. So keep up the good work, and thanks for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
having us.
Yeah, this is really
Thank you
fun.
so much.